There are very few constants in the universe. With countless worlds inhabited by vastly different life forms, it might seem to an outsider that nothing could ever unite all species. Yet, such constants do exist. One of them, known by various names and practiced in countless ways, is the simple act of eating. As the local star rises over each inhabited planet and sapient species greet the new day, the first instinct all of them share is to eat. My species, the cadus, begin the day with a dish of simple elegance, a gelatin made from seagrass, delicately topped with light, fresh fruits. We call this meal jrat, the bright meal, a tradition that has been part of our culture for as long as memory serves. The morning light, refracted through the gelatin, stimulates our senses, while the sweetness of the fruit chases away the lingering haze of sleep. For the thick stoes, a cold-blooded species, breakfast is a light and natural affair. Their meal, known as hilot or sunfeast, consists of fallen fruits and freshly plucked vegetables, eaten raw under the open sky. Feeling the warmth of their star on their skin is as vital to them as the food itself. The Gooden, on the other hand, delight in a variety of baked goods prepared during the long nights of their homeworld. Their morning meal, called estaa chelt, star rise, is a family affair where an assortment of breads and pastries is shared while the day's plans are laid out. It is often enjoyed under a vast window that offers an unobstructed view of the rising star. For the urbandas, breakfast is a time for clearing out their storerooms. Animals that are no longer fit for storage are consumed whole as their sun peaks over the horizon. Any that remain uneaten once the star fully rises are released back into the wild, symbolizing their gratitude to the planet that sustains them and their commitment to life's endless cycle. And then there are the humans. Long ago, many humans favored small, simple breakfasts. A mashed fruit called an avocado, spread over toast and lightly seasoned, was considered a delicacy. Eggs and cured meats with pancakes were staples for farmers and truck drivers alike. For some, even leftover pizza was an acceptable breakfast. Yet, one nation of humans had long laid the foundation for what would ultimately define the human breakfast. Bacon fried until crisp, sausages cooked until their casings split, and eggs prepared to personal preference. These alone might have been enough for most species. But not for humans. They added beans on toast, a relic from one of their world wars, grilled tomatoes, fried mushrooms, and toasted bread. This caloric monstrosity became known as the full English. And yet it didn't stop there. When humans discovered they were not alone in the cosmos, they united as a species. Though there was a period of conflict, as is common among intelligent beings, their shared struggles forged a stronger and more cohesive humanity. This cultural fusion also gave rise to the ultimate evolution of breakfast, the full human. This meal defied logic and reason. The humble beans on toast survived but was now paired with a boiled tree sap, usually from maple or birch. Sausages evolved, replaced by spiced alternatives like chorizo or longanisa, often mixed into scrambled eggs alongside bacon. For those with cultural, religious, or dietary preferences, the meats could be substituted with grilled vegetables and fruits, but that did nothing to alleviate the meal's overwhelming nature. Grilled tomatoes and fried mushrooms were joined by caramelized onions and crispy garlic chips. Even more unusual additions, such as sliced radishes with butter on toasted bread, found their way onto the breakfast table. Yet humans, in their infinite culinary creativity, couldn't stop there. They topped it all off with a final flourish of vibrant red sauce, often referred to as ranchero. This hot sauce seemed to be a universal human addiction, though every individual had their unique variation. Humans added it to everything, giving their breakfasts a fiery kick that many other species found alarming. Over time, the sheer magnitude of the human breakfast became an accepted part of their culture. These colossal meals were often accompanied by multiple cups of coffee or tea, which humans insisted were essential for waking up in the morning. As we grew more familiar with them, we began to understand why humans consumed so much at breakfast. Each calorie seemed to fuel their boundless energy and adaptability. For every gram of caffeine or capsicum, the compound responsible for the heat in their sauces, humans became faster, sharper, and more creative. They transformed ideas that were unimaginable to us into reality, often with startling efficiency. As the decades passed, many of our species began to adopt elements of human breakfasts, not in scale, but in diversity. The thick stoes embraced avocado toast, finding it affordable and delightful. The Gooden couldn't resist the allure of pain au chocolate and baklava, which quickly became breakfast essentials for them. Even the urban das, once staunch carnivores, began to favor sausages over live prey. As for my species, the cadus, we found ourselves increasingly fond of beans on toast, despite its simplicity. Yet, for all the admiration of human breakfasts, one element remained a subject of both fear and fascination: the so-called full human breakfast. Few non-human species dared to attempt it, and the results were mixed. Among the brave few who succeeded, whispers began to circulate about an even grander phenomenon in human culinary history, something far larger, far more outrageous. These legendary meals were spoken of with reverence and disbelief, even by humans themselves. They openly admitted that only a select few of their kind had ever managed to conquer them. With unassuming names like the Big Texan and the Tom and Jerry, these gargantuan steaks were said to be the pinnacle of human excess. Although I would never dare to partake in such a meal, I must admit, I hope to witness one someday.